Well, good morning there, everybody. My name is Bradbury, and thank you so much for joining me for today's show. I really appreciate it. One second. Let us go to our monitor here and check in on what's going on with stock trading. I have here written down in my book that today will be a discipline day. My test day on stream is to say only what is necessary to trade trend right, to trade trend strong. So without further ado, folks, let's trade right and let's trade strong today. Okay. So first things first, folks. First thing I look on when I enter the market on the day is FinViz economic calendar. Today is Monday, December 11th, and there are no economic releases to report today. However, keep in mind that on Wednesday, December 13th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, the FOMC is going to issue a rate decision. Federal Reserve, Federal Open Market Committee, of course. Now, second place I always love to check is the Federal Open Market Committee calendar. Check the calendar. Is anything going on interesting? Today is December 11th. 1 p.m. we have commercial paper. So that is going to be 11 a.m. So that would affect us if we were trading at 11 a.m. We don't necessarily care to look inside of these news reports to know exactly what is being reported. All we care is the market is going to be affected the minute these things hit the market. So we got to watch out. Next, head over to the CME Fed Watch tool. Let's refresh. And this is where market participants' actions are leading for prediction on what the Federal Reserve is going to do in terms of a rate hike. 98.4% see that the target rate is going to be between 525 and 550 basis points, which is the current rate. Only 1.6% chance that we get increased and bumped up another 0.5, another 0.25%. Another interesting note here that I have, folks, that I can read. Yeah, so some analysts expect for the federal rates to start getting cut in Q2 and Q3. Maybe there will be 1 or 2 rate cuts in 2024. And that is what some people on Wall Street are speculating about. And at that point, that is the lowest point for bonds yields and the highest point for market money market funds. Okay, next we go over to Notebook. This is where we're going to record today's progress. I want to remind everyone to head over to B Trades. This is where I'm going to be updating my live trading portfolio. So everything that you guys see happening on the stream is also going to get recorded down on this portfolio. You can even go down to periodic reports, open up the dashboard, and you can see in the month of October, my net P&L was $3,800, okay? In the future, you'll be able to see for November, December, you'll be able to see this all here. And then you can click and you can see by the numbers, okay? You can see my strategy. You can look at every single trade that I take. And now just our stock music. So now, folks, without further ado, let's head into Think or Swim and let's tee this thing up. Okay, so I know today is 8 a.m. and we just started the live stream, and my truest, purest intention is to record and document every single trade that I take. However, when I was opening the trading desk, I was getting everything prepared for the stream this morning, I saw a great opportunity. We're looking on NASDAQ right now. This is NASDAQ on the 5-day, 5-minute chart. And we'll know that we're looking at that if we zoom all the way out. We'll be able to see 5 days worth of data on the 5-day, 5-minute chart, okay? So here was the first trade. Let's zoom back in for this. And then we'll tee it back up. music turned off for some weird reason, so let me just fix that real quick for us. Lo-fi beats. All right, let's see how we're doing. Okay, perfect. Now, if I'll turn your attention to back to the chart. Okay, so our first trade that we took today, and you can see here on the chart, what did we pull up? We were QQQ 391 calls. QQQ. One contract. QQQ 391 calls. Let's go to monitor here. We can see the actual trade that I took this morning. Bam, there we go. 391 calls. Bought at 157, sold at 195. Okay, so about 20-30% trade on this. This was just one option, so we're up $38 on the day. And simply put, that is zoom out here on the 20-day. We'll see a whole stock market month. We just hit a high of an all-time high of 394.67. We broke this channel. This just occurred. We'll zoom it back into the 5-day, 5-minute. Zoom back in. Where are we right now? We're at 394.20. Load up our puts and calls. Let's just go into the 5-minute. We'll just go into the 1-minute to see what's going on. We could be touching back off of that 394.15 mark. Ugh. Okay, we're gonna buy the ask again on these 394 calls, currently priced at 96 cents. We're gonna send out entry, fill. We were filled at 92 cents. Wow, check this. We need lo-fi. Bought 5 at 69. Bought 5 at 69. All right, it's at the tail end of our stop loss again, so we might look like we're gonna stop out of this trade as well. But hey, that's okay. It's all part of our model, all part of the deal that we have set here. So we're gonna be fine. I don't like to do this, but we'll check. We're negative 18 on the position right now. So what I was hoping for, that drop off on NASDAQ, that heavy red 5-minute was pretty wild. So right now I've got 394 calls. Price is 393.75. So we're not in the money. There's no intrinsic value to these contracts yet. So they're gonna try to move more against us than for us here. God, it is just so cold in this house. My bad. Fighting a downtrend. Yeah, gotta sell out of this. Okay, we sold out again. Currently, okay. What is our... We took a heavy hit on those calls, actually. Because we had 5 contracts. All right, so come on, let's not get lazy here. This was that was a messy trade. That was a messy trade. I mean, come on. You know, obvious continuation down. Like, it's okay. We'll get the next one. I may have paper handed that one too fast, but I mean, hey, we were below our stop loss, so we had to mitigate our downside. Let's see what's going on with SPY. Pretty much the same. We might as not try and switch between the two. We should just stay with the same thing. Gotta get the house warmer. Okay. See, you never want to get into a position of thinking, oh, what if I just held it a little longer? We stopped out of this trade, but it could ultimately end up going higher. But the way options work, if we're to give it that chance, we would really be taking a bet against our favor. So it's better for us to just stop out and then wait to line up for a better opportunity to take in the future. We've got all morning. We don't have to bet the farm. Honestly, I did go heavy there with the 5 contracts. I did go heavy there. Because what, I sold out at 46? So see, huge refill on the candle there. But the option was barely, interrupted on its downside momentum. So, to recap on that third trade, I used $345 of capital. I bought in at 69 cents per contract with 5 contracts. My stop loss was set at 55 cents. My take profit 1 was set at 83 cents. I ended up selling my 5 contracts at a loss at 46 cents. So my capital at end was only 230. So 230 minus 345, so that's negative $115 on that trade. That's okay. We can pay $100 to be wrong. We're fine. We can pay $100 to be wrong. And we're at least going to set it up for the fourth trade. Oh. So wait, I lost. So let's just analyze this for a second. My first trade was an absolute banger, okay? I hit it out of the park. Made $40 only using 1 contract. Second trade fell flat. I tried to do a call again, and I ended up losing out on that. My third trade, I decided to repeat that trading mistake. I should actually write a rule for myself to say, hey, dummy, if you just lost money trading those 391 calls, then how about the next trade doesn't also involve 391 calls? That's what happened here. We'll start over with one contract on this next move. I don't know if I need to do all this stuff by hand. Probably not. It's probably not beneficial. All right, we're gonna get rid of that widget. Yeah, taking notes was getting distracting, so. Oh. Fighting this. I really think it's looking for a breakout here. I'm buying 5. It's got to be a low risk day for us. It's got to be a low risk day for us because, you know, we've got FOMC on Wednesday. If we just step it back and look at volume. I mean, volume's definitely dropped off as per normal. All right, so I mean, this second candle on the 5-minute chart, halfway through the candle, meaning it's 8:27. It's good. We're 6 cents in profit on these contracts. Looking good for us. See that? Just a little dip in the momentum, and we're now flipped value on our contracts. All right, perfect. Here we are, still back above our cost basis. At least we are doing that one right. At least we're doing that one right. We're staying above our cost basis. So that is pretty freaking phenomenal. And I am glad that, yeah, it's all working out. Hello, everyone. What's up? Do you remember me? Sandeep, great to have you in the chat. It is awesome to hear from you. And yes, of course I remember you. We are trading right now. We were taking notes in the morning, but it was taking it was taking a while. We were doing all of our notes, and it was pretty tedious. So let's just say here, let's have it up on our calculator that we bought at 55 cents. So our 20-cent stop loss is going to be 44 cents again. So, yeah. I mean, if we drop these lows again on the options, then that's going to be doomed for us. So we're definitely hoping not to stop out again on, what is this, our 4th or 5th trade of the day. We're not looking to stop out again, okay? I just want to have this one be a winner. It's primed, and it's looking like NASDAQ is about to rip up. But we'll wait and see, and we'll mitigate our risk if the move does not happen. If we mitigate our risk on the moves where we got it wrong, and then if we then just execute on the moves where we get it right, then in the long run, our trading strategy is going to be profitable. It's that simple. All right, still fighting. Looking rainy out there. Excited to go to the gym. Yeah, I mean, today's a challenging day. If it doesn't work out for us today, that's fine. It's fine if it doesn't work out for us today. Ooh, super aggressive. Look at that. Super aggressive dump. Ooh, buddy. Can't get flustered like this. This is one of those moments where I'm thinking to myself, okay, hey, since it just ripped down so fast, does it mean that this is a really temporary red move and that I should just hold? Because if I had just sold there, getting scared by that move down, I would have sold for, you know, negative 35%. We're back 20% up above where we just were already, so I don't know if this is just going to be a very temporary move. But it's not looking like, I mean, harder to tell where the move is. All right, I mean, I'm going to give this a second, but if it can't change direction right now, I should really just be trading with one contract here, not 5. We are below our stop loss. Red on the second 5-minute candle. I mean, okay, this is really the second sign that so let's just check. Let's see if we were trading 394 puts this entire time. I mean, when did we first try to buy a call for the second time? First time we tried to buy a call was at 8:04. All right, if at 8:04 a.m. we purchased a put, we'd be up a very healthy amount. Unfortunately, I think we're not understanding the direction right now. I mean, but yeah, just look at that. Look, on the monitor tab, if you go and you look, this is when we purchased that call on the stream at 8:04. If at 804 we would have purchased, I mean, at the very highest price, we would have gotten it at $1. We would be up 30%. Done talking hypotheticals. Let's see if we can rebound it here. In a moment like this, I have to tell myself, okay, I need to step away, look back. Should be at about -20 right now. Oh, I need to stop looking at price. Looking at my P&L during the trade is not going to help me at all. It's a waste of time. It's going to mess me up. I need to just keep my eyes glued to the chart and not care about, how much I'm up or down. I just need to execute the trade. And then after that trade is executed, when the market is closed, I can then go in and look at my money. I mean, just how much buying strength it takes to bring our options back up. And then the amount, it's just a little hair movement to the downside the options will just get super scared and will just crash down in price. Guess that's how it works, huh? Gotta plug my computer in. There we go, and thank you. Our options are working in our favor again. Purchase fees at 0.55. Yeah. Man, these 394 calls have just beat me up today. This is an instance where I can look at 3 points in time. I decided today to buy 394 calls, and every single time it didn't work out for me. Maybe that's a sign that calls ain't the move today. I should take a second, analyze. Why didn't calls work? Why didn't calls work? Honestly, we need to be a bit more harsh on our analysis here. How come calls didn't work? Well, 394.14 was always the high. For the past month, that's been the high. We pushed above that. I mean, we're at all-time highs. Okay, so this is a really nice looking candle here, where we've got a really large wick to the downside, but then the body is kind of staying up here. It's 8:42. We're only 2 minutes into the candle, but if this candle turns green, then that's a pretty bullish sign for us. And that will help aid us in confirming this move. Sellers. There's a lot of sellers on the level 2. Like if we fail on this, I gotta be done trying calls. But I mean, are we gonna fail? That's a question. I know these days all too well where basically the entire time I'm doing the trade, I am negative. I mean, tell me, how much time have we spent in the green on this trade? We're fighting for a dog right now. We are fighting for a dog. So we ought to try puts. Because right now we're just trying to move the needle ever so slightly on this dog of a stock. Come on, that was a pretty bullish candle right there. You're telling me we're still walking down? Patience Patience is really good skill to have. This thing could flip up on us. That's all we're waiting for. We're sitting at the desk till 10:30 anyway, so. I want to check the Greeks on our 394 call. $394 call. Delta 36. So SPY moves up. These will be 70 cents. SPY moves up to, well, 394.40. If we move up $1. Okay. We've got another indecision candle here. But look, it's a hammer. So, you know, the candle analysis is telling us that it's leaning more in the buyer's favor right now. So it's good that we're on calls right now. What is going on with volume? Why? There's like literally nothing going on. Okay. All good on that front. Hi, which stock are you trading? Uncle Moe's? Sir? Uncle Moe's, we are trading the NASDAQ, QQQ. You can see this. Oh, I guess you can't see the symbol. Oh, well, you can see the symbol right here, QQQ. So this little thing is really fighting us here. We're still down 10%. Negative 13. This is what I'm telling you. It's not a good sign, probably, that we've been negative basically the entire trade. I like a trade where I'm sitting healthily on some profits. Maybe I should gain confidence to learn how to full send it on certain trades. Like that one trade this morning was a banger. That was a perfect trade. But the point is, I only traded one contract, so I only made $40 off the trade. I was only trading with like, what, 5% of my portfolio size. Here we go. Keep on pushing. this whole time on the level 2, at least the order book has looked stronger visually for the sellers. Basically this entire time. Like, this isn't a trade that I'm liking being in. So I guess I should just sell out. I mean, it is making me feel a little antsy. Because how many trades have we taken today? I think I gotta get more sleep, honestly. Your decision-making skills have to be so on point here that you can't really feel groggy, you can't really feel tired. Getting a full night's rest is probably going to be super important for us if we want to become serious day traders. You know, it's not going to cut it, our brains operating on 4 hours of sleep doing this. It's not going to cut it. Okay, we finally dipped into profits on these. We're finally break even. So what? We have 5 contracts, trade price of 55 cents, so 55 times 5. So we have $275 in the trade right now. Patience. And in fact, I think that I am attempting to stock trade the harder way, where I have an ambition to get in reps. I want to say trade 5 times a day, trade 10 times a day, each trading 1 to 5 contracts, which represents about 5% of my portfolio. So that's really good risk management. But that means that, you know, one trade can't make or break it all. Can't break it all. Note that. We don't want one trade where we allow ourselves to go on tilt and lose a few $1,000s on one trade. We don't want to do that. We're done living the life of a degenerate Wall Street bets day trader. So the flip side of that is, well, if I'm not opening myself to that possibility, to that risk, then I'm not opening myself up to that reward. You know, I can play it as tight as possible, but if at the end of the day, you know, it's just that risk and reward are tied. So if I'm safely seeking a 5% gain on my portfolio from options trading on the day, well, I don't have to risk a lot. I could only risk 5% of my portfolio, and you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, from a perspective of risk, this is taking on quite a lot of risk, but I feel like me personally, from a perspective of comparing myself to other like options traders out there, I'm very cautious, playing it very cautiously. So we've been fighting it up for a long time, and note on the 1 minute, we've actually got the 9 EMA that just flipped up on the 1 minute for the options, and then on NASDAQ, that 1 minute was beginning to really come together with the 20 minute. But the 9 EMA has started actually, you know, expanding once more. Seems to be a pretty good sign for us. Although it's just like, I don't like trading this right now. This is a bad trade, to be honest. Because we've been exposed in the trade for quite a long time already. Quite a long time we've been exposed in the trade. And it hasn't really flipped up for us, so it could flip down on us drastically. There was always that risk to take into account. You know, always approach this game from, my primary goal is not to lose money. For me, at least, I found that it's relatively easy to make money stock trading. But it's that variable of the times that you'll lose on trades. I can make trades, but you know, if I suffer a terrible loss 20% of the trades I make, then my strategy could be just here we go. Got a little push up, 55 cents back in the money. Very slow progression. You know, it's a painful tease that the market is giving us, slowly going up, but actually when we're in a position, I feel more safe about the position. If it's taken a while, if it's taken a half an hour for the NASDAQ to trudge up to that level, I mean, it could maybe just be giving us a false sense of security. What is the word on the street? Yeah, no one's really tired. No one's really trading. Word on the street is it's a very slow day. It's a very slow day, and I'm currently down $96 on the day. Oh, that's a good push up. Look at that. That's great momentum. I like that. I'm liking that. I'm digging it. Can you dig it? Yes, you can. Wow, that looks really great. That's a great start to a move. It is. I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that. Okay. So now what are we gonna do? We had that candle, but we're still at cost basis for me. 30 minutes into the trade, still at cost basis, so. $9 a.m. on the East Coast now. Yeah, so I chose to trade QQQ today. I felt like, man, we got some direction. We have some direction to follow because 394.14 was that all-time high. Well, we broke that point in the morning. It's just been really tough trying to move up after that point. I mean, look at us. People are at lunch. There's no volume. Look at that. Comparatively. Okay. All right. All right. Big drawdown. We gonna let it fool us again? Well, that was pretty exciting. Wow. I think I ought to make myself some coffee. Get Thinker Swim loaded up. We'll get our positions loaded up and see it on the phone. Wouldn't that be fun? Nice spike up, and it's actually caused us to be in the money. Look at us, now we're up $37. So look, we've got available, $2,700 to trade. This is how much we have available to us. Whoa, look at this, huge move up. Huge move up. All right, folks, so I just purchased another 5 contracts at 66 cents. I doubled down as trend continued. We're going to test to see if that was a smart decision. Yep, we have our 5 contracts at 55 cents and then our 5 contracts at 66 cents. We're currently at 67 cents. And our P&L for the day is almost back to 0. So we're almost back to not losing any money. But let's not focus about that because, hey, why do we want to focus on just 30 bucks? So we should focus on the grand picture here. Nice, we just hit 71 cents on Qs. 72, 73, 74. Okay, awesome. I am, up a pretty penny. Okay, just sold 5 at 76. Go back up here. I only have my 5 contracts left, which I'm currently up just a little bit, just a few bucks. It's interesting how Thinkorswim, I guess it is Charles Schwab, does first in, first out, which is the accounting method. On Webull, it would have brought together these shares. It would have sold the average. It would have sold, 2 from here and 3 from here, for instance. Okay, so we're really at a key level here. So in terms of it, being potentially able to break this and breach this, okay, likelihood is not totally in our favor here. However, it's looking very healthy, so we're going to continue following right now. We're going to continue. See what I mean? We could break above at any instant. Okay, well, that was a good continuation that at least, gave us back what we had lost on the day. And since we've been fully recording these trades, none of them have been totally perfect. That first trade that I took today was perfect. I wasn't recording it, though. But we're here till 10:30, folks. Might get some coffee after this trade, to be honest. I'm a little mentally fatigued. Let's check the chat. How's everyone doing? Which stock are we trading? QQQ, I already answered that question. Maybe it's this music. It's making me a little anxious, I guess. So I don't want to... feel like we should move it up to market orders, or to move it to market orders, because it should be a limit order right now, and that's probably not going to be the best for us. Speed. I am speed. There we go. There we go. A little bit of movement up. I mean, it's really looking like we missed it. I feel like I want to sell right now. Another mentality that I don't want to get caught in is like, oh, I gotta just at least not lose money. Because it's like, okay, if I take a few reckless trades to start the trading day off and then I'm down 200, my focus is, oh, I just gotta make 200 back, and now I'm back at 0. But I'm still wasting my time because I just spent, all day trading and I didn't make any money net. I just made back what I lost at the beginning of the trading day. So that can't be healthy. And we're looking healthy. We're looking really good, folks. I mean, check this out. Look, we're up, what, $30 on the day? $40. Pretty good. All right, this is looking pretty good for us, huh? Oh, we're at 80. We just cracked 80. .66. Our 20% mark is 80. Missed it. And, you know, we can't do, like, I just mean to say that our first take profit is going to be 20%. If our stop loss is 20% and our take profit is 20%, well, you know, if our win-loss ratio is 50%, then we're not making any money. As I said, our R ratio should be above 1. It should be, you know, 1.5 to start. It should be 2. I should be striving to have a 3R, a realized R multiple of 3. Meaning if my stop loss is 20%, then, you know, my average profit is 60% between my initial take profits and my ending take profits. So maybe it's that I take profit a little bit at 20, a little bit at 40, something like that. Then I let some runners go up to 100%. And that's how I would get an average over 60% trade. That's how I would do it. I would start by taking and trimming a little bit, even if I'm not at 60% yet. Wow, we are really stuck right now, aren't we? I mean, there's no move. There's no movement at all. And this may be the point where it's like, all right, we were up. Now are we going to sell in the red here on these? That's a worst case scenario. Should have sold at 80, probably. The craziest thing is, like, all right, I'm just staring at the chart. So I have minutes upon minutes to speculate on what's going to happen. The move may take 30 minutes to an hour to articulate itself fully to me. So you can see, like, how anxious it might make me to be looking at this 5-minute candle, trying to glean a sign of what's about to happen, when in fact I'm following a longer trend, 30-minute trend. What I'm trying to articulate here is it's very easy to slip into, oh my gosh, this candle is going red, so we gotta sell. No, we can be patient. We can give it a little time. That's all I mean. That's all I mean. Your volume has been so light. I'm just afraid that Like, check this volume candle right here. This was a huge sell down. We had a lot of sellers here. In this 5 minutes, we had 500,000. The last 5 minute period, we only had 200,000. So if we get those sellers again, it's bad news. I don't want to paper out of it, paper hand it, because we've worked so hard. We've spent, you know, an hour on this trade. But we will paper hand if we need to. Because we did take profit. We did take profit at 76 cents. We should have taken profit at 80. That was our bad. Macy's received a buyout offer. It's cool. Okay. We have to analyze what's going on. Now, I'll try to explain my thought process on this, just because I'm not sure, right? I want to be at the point where I say, sell, and then I sell. I don't have that hesitation. Like, I saw at 80. 80 might have been a good move, so let's hit 80. It's not like we have to let these trades linger forever. Oh, shift click will auto send it. This is tough. It might be an opportunity to try and take puts here, actually. So, shift. Okay, there we go. We're all out. We have a current P&L of $31 on the day. We sold at 71 cents. Oof. Price just erupted to 77 cents. Of course, right when we sold. Of course, right when we sold, it went to 80. It's okay. We'll win them next time. We're going to try and flip it just because this momentum has literally been so slow. We're going to buy 5 puts, 394 puts. Those filled at a price of 57 cents. So we're lining up again for another bagger. Sell out at 45. Purchased another 5 at 54. We're looking at this chart now. It was bad execution on the sell, and then it was also bad execution on the buy. I recognize that, I do. I'm just thinking about how, you know, it got really weak up here. It got really weak up here. But I mean, obviously, you know, this is kind of more of a trial trade. Once again, remind ourselves that there's no reports today, so today is very slow. This is what I'm thinking, that there's not really that much selling pressure to the downside. I'm sorry, there's not much buying pressure. There's not much excitement about what's going on. So I have 10 contracts right now worth about $500 in on 394 puts. All right, bring my phone with me so I can look, but I'm making coffee, so. All right, looking good. Just mind price, okay? All right, let's check in on how we're doing, everyone. Welcome back. Took a little short break. All right, we're at 0.52. 0.5. Again, our cost basis is 0.55. 55 cents. And it's not as though when a calls trade doesn't work out that I then go take puts. We're seeing how that plays out. If the market is flat, then both puts and calls lose. Shares at 0.55. That means essentially if we're wrong on the trade, then we're risking $100. That's our risk. Our defined stop loss is 20% basically. So if we're wrong on the trade, we'll sell out at a 20% loss, which will equal about $100 loss. It really feels like it's at a top. All right, I'm buying 10 here at 49. Feel like we're at a really great moment. We got 20 shares loaded up at this mark. Definitely a lot slower than last time. Last time was, oh wow, we need to just start selling off heavy here. We want to keep it really tight here. Keep a tight stop loss. Yeah, really not good for us here. Really not good for us here. That move up. It's okay. How's level 2 looking? Come on, I need that selling pressure now. Now that I'm in puts, I need that selling pressure. I don't like how these puts are so cheap. They're at 43 cents right now, so usually the cheaper the option, it kind of tells you like, not as good a chance. We made the decision. We made our purchase. We now own our shares. So now we're just gonna be patient and let it continue for us. It's only 9:40 a.m. Oh, still hitting highs, huh? Jeez, brutal. It is getting a little finicky where we're taking a few too many trades. I want us to slow down. We are in way too heavy on this already. Oh my God, it's gonna keep going higher? Come on. It's gonna keep pushing higher on us? I don't wanna be here for that, but I feel like, come on, we've been pushing up so high. We're gonna need a little break. I don't wanna break any of my trading rules here. Yeah, so we're fighting against the EMA trend, essentially. we're gonna hold for now. Just think about how well selling is could this be it? This could be it. Bought 10 more at 43. Okay. I'm gonna say that I'm fully allocated in this trade. All right, not buying anymore. I'm in 30 contracts, pretty heavy. We're lining up on the downside, I think. I am buying early though. There is that to keep in mind. I am buying early. Those last few shares I bought at 43. Am I trading my key levels? Well, no, I'm not. This is wild. Think back an hour ago when I said, we just keep trying to buy calls when the obvious move is puts. Well now, after we bought our puts, pretty much the obvious move has been calls. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. Cannot believe we're going to hit all-time highs. I mean, if we hit all-time highs, I gotta exit the trade. I gotta exit the trade. And I'm gonna exit the trade for a monster loss, basically. Not a monster loss. We're still not only down $300 from the day. Whatever. We need to stop looking at our P&L. Just be patient. Yeah, in terms of trading days, though, I don't think we've really hit our stride today. I don't think we should be in this trade right now. It's worrisome. It's actually a worrisome position. I think that I don't think I thought through getting into this trade right now that we're in. So I'm speculating on, well, it'd be kind of pointless for me to just sell out right now. I don't want to do that. That would be just, you know, fear-based trading. And in fact, we're not doing too terribly. We're at 43 cents on our puts, which is our last buy. Our last ad was at 43 cents. We've definitely been buying in anticipation of the trend, and I don't think that that is the right way to go. I think we should actually be buying when trend is continuing, not when we're still waiting for trend to even show its face and say, hey, yeah, this is what's happening. Oh gosh. I mean, we're at 300, negative 300 on the day. It's basically the worst that we ever want to be doing. There we go. Break above. I could give it one more second, but see, we weren't executing our calls correctly, so I said, you know what, I think that I should just go puts. The question is, what do we think of now? I mean, I did say, yeah, okay, when it breaks above all-time highs, when it breaks daily highs, then I'm gonna sell. I didn't do that. I don't think I want to do that right now. I guess I'm putting a lot of hope on this trade, so that's not a good place for us to be. And the point of me streaming all this live and recording is to ensure that I only take good trades. 394.78 is the 52-week high. We just hit 394.78. We're literally trying to ride puts off of the high, the all-time high. It's insane. Okay, what we need now is for this thing to bleed. We need for this thing to bleed. $394.59. What do we have to lose? I think the whole day we prefaced it with we're telling ourselves, all right, looks like a move. Looks like we could make make some money here. But asking, what do we have to lose instead? Reframing it. Well, that's it. A lot of sitting and waiting. Definitely not breaking. That doji really looks like this is the high. It really looks like we're gonna flash down from the other side from here. Like, I feel like we're at the top. I'm actually pretty freaking empowered. I think that we're at the top. We just gotta let it do its thing. Buyers look pretty strong now. A doji candle that looks like this, whether it's green or it's red, a doji candle like this, whether it's green or it's red, can signify a top, a consolidation mark, a point where buyers say, no more, we're at the peak, and we start cascading down the other side. And that's what we've got this trade based on right now. We've got it based on it falling down the other side. See, yeah, there's just some problem that I have with this whole setup. It's pretty slow burn here. If you guys enjoy my commentary, thank you. My name's Bruce Bradbury. Can we come down the other side? I just want a little bit. Just want a little bit of confirmation. Just a little bit. Oh, no, don't turn green on me. All right. We've got about 2 minutes left for this candle to turn red. If price can bump down 10 cents, then it'll trigger this candle to be red, and it will appear to everyone that's watching the chart, oh, look, this must be the downfall. This must be the cascade down the mountain. Time to get out. And then when everyone else is selling, we'll continue holding our puts, and then we'll sell at the bottom, or when we've gotten quite a bit of profit for ourselves. No, come on. It's just buyers stepping on the gas. Just don't break all-time highs again, okay? Please. Oh, God. Gosh, I mean, I'm not getting bummed. I just hoped that this trade would work out. Like, we had that one winning trade in the morning, but then all of their trades since then have been... That's the theory that Doji shows a break of trend. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're getting some action. I'm still learning on how to read level 2. Come on, you know you want a break from me. Wow. 30-minute left in the stream today, folks. 30 minutes left. We'll be out at 10:30 a.m. today. Oh, look at that. Ooh, that was good. That was juicy. That was fiery. Send it down to the downside. Come on. Send it down for us. Oh, come on. Send it back down. Well, that was a nice flash crash, but it got immediately picked back up. Wow. Wow, I can't even believe this. That was some volume, too. And now we're at the place where I definitely should have not ignored my stops on this trade, which I did. Okay, final mark, is that going to be that 395? Ooh, I mean, come on. If we continue up this 395, then we are just idiots for being inputs. We're buying 10 more at a cost basis of 25. So we have a total of 40 right now. All right, I mean, if we keep breaking above, this has got to be it. This has got to be the final straw. This is the final straw here. You're telling me that buyers are not exhausted right now? Come on. That's what we've been rooting for. See, the spread on this is, look, we're already down from 25 to 23 cents. I don't know what the heck I'm doing right now, guys. This is not good. This is definitely not good. I shouldn't be doing this right now. It's just so coiled up so tightly. I feel like, come on. So is it that I'm just, you know, putting this intention into the market? I mean, obviously the market's not hearing me. All right, let's see it. Here we go. There we go. All right, we're now below 395. That's a good sign. We actually made a major problem here, folks, and we took on way too much size. So currently I'm in this trade for 40 contracts. No, this is way too many contracts. I'll let you know right now, I currently don't feel really that comfortable holding all these, but I'll hold for a bit longer. But yeah, I mean, this is we're already down pretty substantially, so this is kind of a last cry. Did I follow the total plan? No, I didn't. There's a lot of sellers, but they're far out there on the level 2. They're far out. 395.60 and such, so. Okay, we're at 395 flat. I feel like just no one is trading right now. You know? There's just very slow movement. All right, we'll check out the 1 minute. So let's take a step back. I want to go back to the 5-day, 5 minute. And I want to look at why did I do why have I traded the way I've been trading today? Well, taking a step back, we've been calls all day. So there's just been that. So it's absolutely insane that we've tried our calls. We tried about 3 calls trades that all failed. Trades 2, 3, and 4. And now this is trade 5, I believe. We're finally trying puts, and it's struggling against us, to say the least. Check the screen. Currently down $594 unrealized for the day. We blew past our stops. I kept doubling down on this trade. So in hindsight, this is a terrible idea. This is actually like legit. Like this is a bad idea. 394.94. Just continue selling off and maybe we'll have a chance. I think, at least to my views right here, it looks like we might be coming down. $394.86, that's a good sign for us. That's a good sign for us. Now our calls are 28 cents. Or, I'm sorry, excuse me, our puts are 28 cents. What are we trading here? They are not moving. 394 puts. 394 puts. Does not look good. 25. I mean, I just don't like being in these contracts when the price is that low. I much prefer being in contracts where price is $1, between $1 and $2. Look, there's a lot of volume on here. There's not a lot of price movement on these. So it's going to take a lot of aggressive downside pressure for our far, you know, they're not even far out of the money. They're only one out of the money. But you see what I'm saying? So I'm going to see how much volume there is on these. Believe it or not, there's a ton of volume on these. Okay, look, this is good. This is good. This is a good place to be. Okay. Charts continuing to sell off. We're going to finally go to monitor again. Okay, not looking any better for ourselves. This is definitely a messed up situation I don't want to get into again. It's pretty wild that I'm recording this all live because I would have just been making these mistakes on my own, and I would have had no one to hold me accountable. Let's seriously boil down this trade right now. I ended up, when did I start buying? I started buying when it was at a price of 57 cents. And now it's at a price of 27 cents. I've been averaging down. Okay, no. I need to remind myself the market doesn't care how much I'm up or down. All that cares is what's going on in the chart. So let's just talk about that. We're at 394.90. Again, it's looking like it's a turn on the pattern. However, there's not a lot of volume to support this. It's 1 minute until candle close, 40 seconds in fact, and there's very little volume. On this whole 5 minutes, there's only been less than 300,000 of volume. All right, our contracts are now at 30 cents. So we just made up a little bit of lost ground. Contracts are back to 28. See how, like, it takes a lot of work for it to move up, but then if it just stops doing that work to move, then it'll move down. Just not moving in our favor at all. Okay, we're at a price at 30 again. Okay, this isn't looking good. This is a little bit of green. Too fast on my feet. Final 15 minutes of the stream. Can we crawl our way back to profitability? Can we do it? I just feel like it's really itching to go down. It's really itching. I don't know, that could be my gambler mindset right now. Yeah. Let's see how everyone else is doing. I mean, I probably should have just called it a day. And just remembering to keep in mind that I don't have to trade every single day. I can be very selective about the trades I make. I blew past my risk management strategy today. Blew past it. Oh boy. I should have like an oh boy rule. If I have to say oh boy once, then I shouldn't go into the trade. Because I've been in the trade and I've been saying oh boy a lot. Each time I've said it has been a sign for me to get out of the trade. But each minute I'm in it longer, I can't resist. I mean, fully recovered that. Dude, that is brutal. There's just, I'm looking at the level 2 and there's a lot, there's a ton of, many lots waiting to get bought. More on the sell side though. More on the sell side. So we'll see what that means. I mean, there aren't really many buyers showing up on that level 2 anymore. There are a lot more sellers showing up on the level 2. So, I mean, this could be the moment. This could be the moment. We didn't go on tilt today, but I mean, if you looked at the P&L, you would think that we did go on tilt. It's kind of wild that we're down $1,000 unrealized right now. We're down $1,000. Isn't that crazy? I shouldn't have played it this aggressively today. I made mistakes. Those are genuine mistakes that I made today. I traded way too heavy. And essentially with every trade, I was a little too overeager. So I didn't let myself really feel what was going on in terms of trend. $395.30. Bloody. Should just get out, huh? I guess this is the time. I think I've been saying for the past half an hour that I should just get out. Maybe I'm just not good at reading. The level 2 is telling me that there are no more buyers left. So there must be a lot of buyers coming in market orders. The thing is, it could hit my stop loss, and then I could say, oh, it just hit my stop loss. I'm gonna give it a few more seconds. And then it could go down, let's say another 10 cents. Oh, it just hit this level of another 10 cents. Why don't I give it a few seconds and let it turn around? And then that cycle just continues. And here we are. I mean, this could have been a trade where we just sold out and lost and said, this is it. But we had to double down on this trade, which was a toxic mistake. So now if we were to sell out of this trade right now, we would have realized a loss of about $1,000 on the day. Now, it's going against my intuition because I feel like somewhat strongly that, all right, the market is kind of at a head right now. Now, we're at all-time highs. Are you legit telling me that we're at all-time highs and we're going to keep trudging higher today when there's no news? To me, this, the situation is lined up with no reports today, FOMC on Wednesday, for it to be very slow. So for it not to be a day for buying. But again, that's just a story I constructed in my head. So, I don't have to be right. The market is not looking at me to be right. Going up for that all-time high again. Finn, or if anyone of my regulars are watching, man, second day trading totally live and didn't do nearly my best. The decay on these contracts is now 7. The price is now 17. Ugh. The thing where I'm fooling myself is, yeah, okay, it could go all the way back down to the downside, but even if it did, that's not to say that my 394 puts are going to perform for me. They could still not really do that well. I mean, and I'm so far out of profitability on my puts. I mean, look, the most recent ad, I'm down 30%. So that's not good. My first ad, I'm down 70%. It's insane. It's not something that you want to be doing. Okay, now this looks promising. I really don't want to sell out. I really don't want to sell out for $1,000 loss in the day. That would kind of suck, honestly. I am gonna make some coffee. Okay, so I'm hearing that my audio is super low. Is that the case? Yeah, that is the case. Audio is super low. There we go. What? Okay. Should have fixed that. That'll be fixed. See how quickly we get wrecked on options today. Today was not our day, and fighting trend with options is really not a good idea. It's fine. I'm okay with it. I mean, yeah, it sucks to lose $1,000 in a day trading. I honestly need to get over that mentality. I've said that to myself for a long time. Oh, it's just $1,000. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. But if I say that to myself, 10 times, well, then I think maybe I just have a problem. And I need to stop trading recklessly. I mean, we're doing really well. We're doing fine. Compared to many options traders, I think that we're taking a very good approach to the market. But I mean, this was just a reckless decision, so it was just dumb. And oh yeah, I'm making tea, so we'll have tea soon. Yay. So just to remind you all, currently I have 40 SPY, or I'm sorry, I'll start over. For all of you that don't know what's going on right now in the trade, currently I have 40 QQQ put contracts for a strike price of 394. NASDAQ is at 395.27 right now. we have a cost basis for 43 cents per share. Our options are at 17 cents per share right now, so it's not looking good for us. Oh, 18 cents. Look at that. We've reclaimed a little bit of ground. Monitor tab, we'll see that we have an open P&L of negative $1,000. Damn it. Yeah, so I mean, we've not seen this intense selling pressure. Can we just go back to the monitor and see when we first purchased these? Okay, 9:21 a.m. Over an hour ago. So we've been doing this trade for an hour. So at 9:21 a.m., where was our first buy? Our first buy was right here. Let me actually add in a shape. Our first buy was this candle right here. Can you believe that? That's how long we've been in this trade. Look, there's been no progress in our direction, and the only progress has been in the opposite direction. This has been absolutely, just a dumb position to be in, looking at it after the fact. Yeah, even though all of this is true, look. Could still turn. I think I must be trading options wrong today. Can we zoom into the hourly? I mean, we just, yeah. You know what we're seeing. These EMAs aren't even cracking. I think we can chalk up this trade to I've been fighting the market for an hour. If we had just tried calls, so first calls trade worked. The next 3 calls trades were bad execution. So for the 5th trade, I decided to take on puts. However, the market wasn't done going up. And just because I didn't execute my call trades well, I'm gonna get my tea. Well, that looked good for a while. What I really want to see is finally some selling that's some pretty heavy selling is what I want to see. Good. See how we had that move in our favor, but the contracts are still at 16 cents? That tea burnt my tongue. You guys are all live on air, perhaps watching me diamond hand losing puts throughout an entire day of the stock market. So that's what we're looking at doing right now. Just give me a little downside, huh? I mean, obviously, what can we learn from what's happening right now? The puts aren't working for us, so that was our fault. We should have just been able to understand that, you know, trend was going up, not down. So when we decided to buy puts an hour ago, I made a promise to myself that, okay, if I'm wrong on the trade, I'm only going to lose $100. However, my ego, I guess, has gotten involved, and not even like a really drastic decision to not sell. But just by not selling, look at me, I'm down 1,100 on the day. This is an absolute joke. So when I began the challenge, I hit my stride, and I started with $1,000, and I turned that into like $4,500. And that was in a few weeks, and then that was in October, and as it's been progressing, I've been having some really bad losers, and I've pretty much brought the trading account back to where it was. So we've had some amazing profits, but unfortunately we've given a lot of the profits back to the market on dumb trades like these where we shouldn't have been making these trades. I mean, I think it's just going to decay into nothing here for us. You go broke trading like this. You go broke trading like this. Wasn't a good trade. I admit it. I accept it. Actually, I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting defeat right now. Because I'm still holding it. Very hot tea. I need someone in the comments to tell me to sell, please. Please, someone in the comments tell me to sell. I'm unsure of what to do right now. I should. I really should, but then at that point I have to accept a $1,100 loss on the day. And that's just pretty wild. That's just pretty significant. And also the fact that I broke my allocation plan. My allocation plan is only 10% of my portfolio. So that means about five contracts per trade. Now I'm in on 40 contracts on this trade. So I've got about $1,500 on the trade. What, 4 times 4 is 1,600, 1,600? Yeah, so I mean, we're approaching the end of the day, and this is it, because we're trading 0 data expiration options. So for these things to have value, its price now has to come all the way back down to 394. It has to come below this level. How freaking insane is that? Me staying in the trade right now, I'm putting my bets on it going all the way down to 394 and then dropping even more. It's not a probable scenario. It's not a probable scenario, but it's like at this point, the emotion, I do feel it. I do feel that emotion of being down so much. It's just a slow burn up to the upside. What was my thesis for entering this? Well, my thesis was that I thought that I was catching a reversal. I think that's baloney. I think what I should do is just, I mean, because look at this. If we're zooming out here. We're zooming out here. I mean, we're looking at the EMA lines. The 9 EMA is healthy level above the red the whole time, so that supports a bullish thesis. And look, what do you actually see? You actually see a bullish trend. Let's just go to Friday to see. Okay, like a little bit of hesitation, but essentially at 9:30 a.m. again, it made up its mind. Okay, I'm gonna go with the bulls. And, you know, essentially you probably would have worked out well with call options there. Now to go back to our day, look at this at about 9 a.m. again. Healthy support up. So what I'm going to go do is, unfortunately, I'm going to sell these. I don't want to sell, but I have to. It's either that I sell these at 11 cents or I let them expire worthless. So I'm down 1,200 on the day. Definitely not good. We'll give it one last. I mean, this... I'm actually really glad that I'm streaming this live. The biggest thing is recognizing the value of money. The value of money. Look, if we're to go on the monitor right now, we'll see that we're down $1,300 on this trade. We should sell out of this trade. We should sell out of this trade. I don't think it's going to come back. It's not coming back. We're going to sell. The worst part is we literally had 40. We had 40 contracts. We're gonna sell out. Okay, so we just sold. We ruined ourselves today. We ruined ourselves today. I'm actually glad that I could live stream this failure of a trade. This was a failure where I decided, and even after, this was a continuation off of a series of bad trades. I had bad trades, and then I took this trade against trend, trying to eye a reversal, and then I didn't mind my stop loss. So let's look at this, folks. Down 1,300. Go back to the charts. Oh, look, we're continuing to sell up. Here is where I purchased. Now, I held for about an hour just trying to convince myself that this freaking thing was going to sell off. It wasn't. Down 1,300 on the day. Doesn't faze me. I mean, that is a lot, and it doesn't mean I have to go on tilt tomorrow. It doesn't mean tomorrow I say, okay, I am trading. I'm going to make some day trades tomorrow. No. No. I did this, and I've got to pay it back slowly. I've got to pay it back slowly. So, folks, what am I looking at? I am looking at this completely messed up trade that we made today, but that's okay. That's all right. We did lose $1,300. So let's go to our CODA plan, and we'll talk about this a little bit. Go to our scratch pad. We had some really good trades. Ultimately, that last one didn't work out for us, though. So, that's okay. Perfect. So, okay. We're going to do a little bit of the analysis portion of this later. I'm going to take a little break. I like to go and exercise at 11 a.m. And just because I took a little bit of a loss, that doesn't mean that I'm going to change my day plan. I'm still going to do the exact same things that I set out to do today. Because it's fine. I mean, first rule of trading is don't let it affect your personal life. The 3K that we got in there, that's fine. Doesn't matter. I mean, it would suck if we lost it all, but it's possible. It could happen. We don't want that to happen, so we don't even want to talk about that as a possibility. Cool. Where'd my pen go? Yeah, and this thing would have expired worthless. So let's just, oh, what a pathetic day, huh? What a wild day. Okay, thank you so much for being a part of today's trading journey. Today was a hard day. Today we had a lot of pain. We fought trend most of the day and we ended up negative $1,300 on the day. Not the best day, but we're gonna hit it with the ground running tomorrow and we're gonna get back up on that horse, okay? We're gonna get back up, dust ourselves off, and take some good trades tomorrow. To remember, Federal Market Open Committee, FOMC, Federal Reserve, is having a decision on Wednesday. So at 2 p.m., we're going to get this report that comes out to say if the Federal Reserve is going to hike interest rates, keep them the same, or cut them. Now, there's about 98% probability that we're going to keep rates the same where we are right now. We're still tapering off inflation. So all that to say that, you know, the market is probably not going to be doing much until that Wednesday moment. And then after that Wednesday, that FOMC is going to add some volatility and make it a good time for us to trade. So as always, we did lose $1,300 today, but I'm not worried because we can always pick up tomorrow. We have tons of capital that we could use on trades. Now, number one thing and number two thing that we messed up on today. Number one is we outsized our position. So if you remember, if you've been following me in the past, you will remember that I like to say that, okay, each trade that I take is only going to be worth 5% of my position of my portfolio or less. So, you know, trading with $2,000 right now, that's about 5 contracts of options. Now, I didn't follow that. I didn't follow that at all. I ended up, you know, having $1,500 on the trade here. So my limit should have been only $300, $400, $500, but I ended up tripling basically the amount that I was supposed to trade with. And it ended up being a losing trade, so I had to take that L. And I didn't mind my stop loss. So my second mistake on this trade was I did not mind a stop loss. I did not mind my stop loss. And I got burned. That's okay. We'll pick it up tomorrow. All right, everyone, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for tuning in.